Good morning. Just checking I've got microphone linked up. Okay, good morning. How are you today? It is Thursday, March the 11th. It is Thinking Thursday. My name is Karen. I'm here with Get Moving. And of course, Get Moving is here to help people with mobility issues to get some good, solid, serious exercise. I hope you are one of those people. Well, to be honest with you, even if you're not one of those people, even if you don't have limited mobility, you can still benefit. But this is especially good for people with limited mobility. So maybe you have a disability of some kind. Chronic medical condition. Maybe you're in rehab before or after an injury. Before an injury? Maybe not. Definitely after an injury. Before or after surgery, though, that's the before bit. If you know you're going to come up with some surgery soon and you want to get yourself strong and ready for that, ready for the rehab afterwards, prehab they call it, getting ready, prepared, always be prepared like a good Boy Scout. Any of those reasons, then Get Moving can help you with some exercise. We're here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday morning at 11 o'clock. You can find all the archives in the via the website, in the description, around the screen there somewhere. If you go to reesefitness.co.uk/getmoving, you can find all the previous workouts. Give them a like, give them a share. Let us know which ones you like, which ones you don't like. Actually, don't. Yeah, no. The ones you don't like, no. Just really tell me all the ones that are amazing, okay? Yeah? Do my ego a world of good. Anyway, if you are seated today, you are going to need, at some point later on in the workout, you're going to need a resistance band. So get that ready, okay? If you are seated, okay? So get that ready. Otherwise, it is Thinking Thursday. So, of course, the whole point of Thinking Thursday is we do not just go through the motions of exercise. We don't just clock in and clock out. I mean, that'll do. That'll help. You will benefit if you just mindlessly do the exercises. I'm not going to lie, it will help. But it'll help a lot more if you think about it. If you think about what you're doing, plan ahead about how you can make it better, identify your strengths, your weaknesses, and figure out how it can improve you personally. Because I say this all the time, we are all unique. We all have different abilities, we all have different limitations, and I can give you the nice, good general advice, but let's be honest, only you know you. So put that amazing brain we all have in our head, put it to some good use, and test yourself out. Experiment with these exercises. Think about what we're doing and how we can make things better for ourselves. That's what we do on Thinking Thursday. We're going to do all the exercises twice. First time is a benchmark just to see how things are, and the second time is when we put something into practice. We try something different, we experiment, we change something somehow or another, and we see how it affects us personally, how it makes us better or worse. Now, there are various ways we can change things, but the three basic ones are to change the speed, we can make it faster or slower, change the size of the movement, make it bigger or smaller, or change the complexity of the movement, or make it simpler or more complicated. Now, we'll whiz through the exercise, we'll change things, those three variables as we go along, but we'll see what works for us personally. Now that's the ramble over and done with. I am sure you're all ready to raring to go, so let's do it. So yes, later on, if you're seated, don't forget you're going to need a resistance band. So go dash get it now. Put it to one side for the moment. And the first exercise for everybody, whether you're seated or standing, marching on the spot, nice and simple. Get your knees up like so. Marching if you're seated. Marching if you're standing. Pretty simple. 20 seconds worth. This first go is just to assess things, to see how you are doing, and then we'll change something, okay? So simple 20 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Marching away. Small moves easy. Bigger moves usually harder, but we can find out in this second go if you want. But we're just marching away, moving the hips, seeing how everything goes. Are we feeling particularly good today? Particularly bad, stiff, whatever. Assess it. Okay, that's round one. Now we're going to go into round two. Change something. Change the size of the move, change the speed of the move, or change the complexity of the move. Me, I'm going to change the complexity slightly. I'm going to make it just a little bit more complicated. You change what you want and think about it and see how it goes. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm going to change the complexity by moving around to the outside like that and hopefully not tripping over my cable. So I'm just going to make the move a little bit more complicated and see how this goes. Now straight away I can feel my hip joint is working harder because it's moving through a much bigger range than before. Instead of just up and down, now it's going side to side as well. So that's what's changed. I can feel it straight instantly. I can feel that change by changing complexity. Now, what did you change? And how did it make you feel? Better, worse? Was it easier? Was it harder? You know, you think about it and you adapt accordingly. Okay, next exercise. Shoulder rolls, seated or standing. Rolling them back or rolling them back. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So again, assess the move first of all. See how it feels. You can do little ones, you can do bigger ones. Choose which version you're going to do. But then away you go. Rolling them back nicely. And that's our 20 seconds. So change the size. So there's a big gust of wind there. I might get blown away. Change the size, change the speed, or change the complexity of the move. You decide which one you're going to do. I'm going to change the speed. I'm going to go faster. Okay? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm just going to move my arms faster, roll them around a bit more. Now, what I'm noticing now is I have to work a little bit harder to make sure that as it goes faster, it doesn't just become a small move like that. I have to actively make sure it stays the same size, even though I'm going faster. And time. And actually, I can feel that a lot more in my upper back, which is exactly where we want it. So, who knew that? Next exercise, knee bends. If you're seated, sit tall, kicking out and back like so. If we're standing, kicking back like so. First round, assess things, see how it feels for you. In 3, 2, 1, off you go. Bending and straightening the knees, or straightening and bending the knees, depending on whether you're seated or standing. Okay, it's a nice movement. Just get the joints moving nicely, keep them lubed up, and time. Thinking now, thinking Thursday, what are you going to change? Size, speed, complexity. I think I'm going to make it slower. I'm going to change the speed. I'm going to make it a slower move. In 3, 2, 1, off you go. So I'm going to slow the move down by holding it there for half a second. And yep, I can instantly feel the back of my leg muscles there, my hamstrings working harder straight away, just by putting that little pause there, by slowing it down. And of course, you might be doing the same. You might be doing something different, but that's up to you. Think about what you're doing, experiment, and see how it goes. What we got next? Twisting. Nice and simple. Twisty Sarahs. Oh yes, Twisty Sarah, as you know, Sarah, our Fingers of Fire, is doing the challenge also this month. I know some of you have seen her updated videos. They are good, but don't forget, next month she's going to do a full-on 3-hour tutorial and seminar thing showcasing skippage and how it can help everyone. So look forward to that, okay? Twisty Sarahs, seated or standing, twisting one way or the other way. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Big move one way, big move the other way. We're just moving the spine. Make it nice and mobile. See how it feels for you. Nice big moves, and have a think. How is this feeling? Do you feel stiffer than normal? Looser than normal? What are you going to do differently next time? Time. So what am I going to change? I am going to change the speed. Oh yeah, why not? Same as the kick, I think. I'm going to slow it down. I am going to turn and hold it there for a second. I have a sneaking suspicion what's going to happen, but we're going to experiment and find out. You decide what you are going to do differently, okay? 3, 2, 1, off you go. So I'm going to twist and hold it there for a sec, and twist and hold it there for a sec, and yep, that hold. Now, as long as I make it as big a move as before, I can feel all my stomach muscles, all my core muscles working hard to hold me there and not just let me bounce back. So by slowing it down, that made me work harder. What happened with you? I want to know. In the comments below, let us know what happens. What have we got? Double taps. Okay, if we're seated, knee raise twice. 1, 2, and same other side. 1, 2. Just a double tap with a knee there. If we're standing, same idea. It's a bit more balance involved, so stand close to the wall if you have to, but we're going to double tap the knee and then double tap the knee. Okay, and in 3, 2, 1, off you go. So you assess how everything is feeling at the moment, what your balance is like, what the move is like, and decide what you're going to do differently next time. But this is just a nice benchmark at the moment. How do you feel with your current double tap? Okay, what am I going to do next? I am going to do, I'm going to make it more complex, similar to the marching. I'm going to aim and target different parts of the body. I'm going to make a more complicated move, okay? You change something, see how it affects you in 3, 2, 1, off you go. So I'm going to make it a bit more complicated by just giving it different targets to hit. So this is shifting my body weight all over the place. And yep, I am losing my balance a little bit more, but I'm able to regain it because I practiced stuff on Wobble Wednesday. Time. I made that more complicated. I had to work harder. That's going to help me in the long run. What happened with you? Again, I want to know in the comments below because I'm nosy. Where we go next? Oh, okay. Next one. Change of plan. Okay. If you are seated, get hold of your resistance band. I'll show you what to do in a sec. We've done it before, but get hold of your resistance band. If you're standing, press up time. Press ups. Okay. So, easier version. You find a table or maybe the back of a sofa or a solid chair, and we're going to do press ups. Hands on that table or sofa or whatever. We're going to be feet back like so, super strong belly, and we're going to do press ups. Now, an easier version will be having your hands up here somewhere on a high table. Having your hands lower on a low sofa or something will make it harder. And ultimately, if you're really hardcore, having your hands on the floor really low, that makes it harder still. But now, if you're standing, go find somewhere to do your press-ups. If you're seated, I hope by now you've got your resistance band. Like we've done before, we're going to loop it behind us like so. Behind our backs, underneath our armpits. So get your resistance band looped like so. And then you're just going to, show you from the side, stretch the band, push them out, and recover. Stretch and recover. Stretch and recover. Okay? That's if you're seated. You're doing the seated version of the press-up. If you're standing, you're doing the standing version of the press-up. Again, we're going to do 2 rounds, as long as I don't trip over my cable again. We're going to do 2 rounds. 2 rounds of 20 seconds. Now I've finished waffling. I hope you're ready. So get yourself in position for your press-ups or your band stretch. We're going to do round 1 in 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So press-ups. See how it feels for you. Is it easy? Is it hard? What are your limitations? See how it feels and have a think about what you're going to be doing differently next round. Okay, time. So it's a fairly new move. We haven't done this very often. So hopefully we have no idea how it's going to affect us when we change something. So you decide, are you going to make it a bigger or smaller move? Are you going to make it a faster or slower move? Or are you going to make it a more complicated move? Me, I'm going to go faster. I'm going to try and do as many presses as I can in 20 seconds. So I'm going to change my speed. You decide what you're going to do differently. Get yourself ready. Experiment, have a think. We're going to go again in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So you decide what you're going to do differently. You can go faster or slower, bigger or smaller, simpler or more complicated. Your choice what? But experiment, have a think, and figure out how it affects you. Time. So that hopefully should be an interesting little experiment for you all there. And I genuinely am interested in the comments below on what happened. How did you find that? When you changed something, what was the effect? This is all about Thinking Thursday. We experiment, we try things out, and we figure out the answers ourselves. Next one. Back to normal, squats and sit stands. Okay, nice and simple. So, if you're seated, time to stand up. Feet under, body forwards, stand tall and sit back. And if you're standing, no chair involved, just squats, down and up. Are you ready for round one? In 3, 2, 1, off you go. Squat and stand, or sit and stand. Again, see how it feels for you. See how the joints feel. See how the muscles feel. See how your heart feels. How does it affect you? In what way? Time. And how we're going to do something differently now. I've written down, I'm going to go speedy again. So I'm going to go faster, personally. You decide what you're going to do differently. Let's see the effect. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm going to go faster. You might go slower, faster. You might make them bigger or smaller. You might make them a more complicated or a simpler move. I don't know, that's your choice. You think about it. You decide. You figure out what the repercussions are. Time. Nicely done. Okay, next one. If you are seated, ankles. Bending and straightening the ankles. Keep it simple. Heel and toe touch the floor alternately. Heel, toe, okay? Make sure you use both legs, obviously. If we're standing, we are not tight roping this time. Like we did yesterday on Wobble Wednesday, we're going to tiptoe. So, if your balance a bit iffy, do it along a wall, or along the back of a sofa, or the side of a table, something like that. But we're going to just walk on our tiptoes, forwards and backwards. Okay? It's still balance. It's still also good strength in your calves there. But let's first go 20 seconds, walking back and forth. We're going to see what it feels like walking on our toes. We're going to experiment. We're going to give it a go, okay? 20 seconds of walking on our toes in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So, just walking away on our tiptoes like you're on stilts. Just moving back and forth, keeping our balance. Again, along a wall or table if we want or need, but we're just staying on our toes. Time. Okay. So what are you going to do differently this time? Now you've assessed what happened then. Use your brain, have a think. Change the size of the move, change the speed of the move, change the complexity of the move. Me, why not? Let's change speed again. I'm going to go faster. I'm going to try and go faster, see what happens, okay? 20 seconds of on our toes again, changing something. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm going to change speed by just going faster. I feel like I am on proper little mini stilts now. I'm going side to side. So I'm changing complexity as well, in fact, actually. Changing direction. Change the way I'm facing. I'm changing the speed and complexity. There we go. Time. Now, by going faster, what I found just then, that was easier. The same as when we've done in the past with the tightrope walking. By going faster on the tightrope walker, along the tightrope, I found better balance. Walking on my tiptoes faster, I had better balance. There we go. I just learned that. What did you learn? I like to learn things like this. Okay, penultimate exercise, fast feet. Going to change my timer, 10 seconds. If you're seated, quick footwork, running on the spot, up and down, like so. If we're standing, running on the spot, like so. Are you ready? 2 rounds again. First round of 10 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Running up and down. Nice, quick foot movements. Fast feet. There we go. What happened with you? What are you going to do differently this time? Now, I've learned in the past by making the more complicated move is easier for me. So I'm going to be a stupid fool to myself and I'm going to simplify it. Instead of moving my feet in and out, I'm just going to try and go straight up and down and stay on the spot. Simplify it. I've found this harder in the past. Hey ho, that's what I'm going to do. What are you going to do? One more time, fast feet in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So I'm going to try and stay on the spot. And this is actually, this is harder. So as stupid as it sounds, by simplifying the move and trying to stay on the spot, that makes it harder for me. Go figure. I did not expect that when I first learned it. Anyway, last bit. Getting out of breath. Punching, shadow boxing. Timer's back up to 20 seconds. I don't care whether you're seated or standing, it makes no difference to me. Either way, you're going to punch. Now you can punch high, you can punch low, punch around, up, down, whatever. I do not care. You know me, I care about very few things. As long as you get stuck in, I'm happy bunny. That's if you're seated. If you're standing, it's exactly the same. Punching and getting out of breath. The whole point of shadow boxing is cardio, to get out of breath. So get those heart and lungs working, okay? 3 rounds. In 3, 2, 1, go. Shadow boxing. Punching away nicely. And again, moving your feet if you can. We can change direction, but moving the arms and the body. And time. Okay. So, as usual, you decide, are you going to make it bigger or smaller move? A faster or slower move? Or a simpler or more complicated move? Round 2. I'm going to do this one seated. In 3, 2, 1, off you go. And I'm going to try and make the moves bigger. I'm going to really reach these punches and get bigger, greater range. So I'm going to try and increase the size of these punches. And there we go. Time. Makes me warm, so goodbye hat. The final round coming up. Again, decide faster or slower, bigger or smaller, simpler or more complicated. For this last round, I'm going to try and put them all together. I'm going to try and do big, fast, and complicated moves. Because why not? It's the last one. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm going to move around. I'm going to try and do big punches, hitting different targets. And I'm going to try and move my hands quick and big. And time. Well done. That is our lot. So have a seat, have a breather, have a drink, whatever. Have a rum. Have a rum and Coke. Don't have Coke, actually. Coke's horrible. Have a rum, though. That is our Thinking Thursday. I hope, fingers crossed, that has got your breathing going, got your muscles going, got your joints going. But most importantly of all, I really do hope, it's got your brain going. That is the whole point of Thinking Thursday. Not just mindlessly, sheep-like, parrot-like, going through the motions. by thinking, figuring out puzzles, trying solutions, trying this, trying that, and trying to figure out the solutions to those puzzles. Well, I've certainly found that kind of stuff vital over this past year with not a lot to do. My brain has just gone a bit meh. So I've had to try and figure out as many ways as I possibly can to keep my brain engaged. Thinking Thursday is one of them. I hope you find a similar kind of thing. If you don't, well, I'm sorry, never mind, no worries. But if you do, let us know in the comments below how it has either helped or hindered you. I'm curious. Like I said, I'm a curious chap. I like to know these things. Anyway, it is going to be Fitness Friday tomorrow. We're going to try and get you out of breath. We're going to do lots and lots of shadow boxing, and we're going to keep it going, and we're going to spend the entire session going pretty damn fast and doing everything we can to get you out of breath, keep you out of breath, and let you do it time and time again. So that'll be, what time is it tomorrow? 11 o'clock. It'll be 11 o'clock tomorrow, of course, the same time. 11 o'clock tomorrow, Fitness Friday. Thank you much, boys and girls. You know the drill by now. We've got share buttons around. You can go to the webpage if you want. There's a donate button kicking around somewhere. Thank you much, boys and girls. I shall see you later on. Bye-bye.